Hey guys, welcome to another video brought to you by Total Control Traders. As our subscribers continue to grow, wanted to take a moment and thank each and every one of you for taking your time to watch the videos in this channel. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. We are now getting close to that 100 subscriber mark, and it makes me nothing but happy and excitement. Thank you guys. And be ready. I've got a surprising story for you guys. At the moment that we hit 100 subscribers. So thank you for your continued support, and I will try to continue to bring out quality content video for you guys as time goes past. It's just because our subscribers are growing and my hand might become more tired, it does not mean that we will be losing quality content. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get right into it. First one, SPX. All right, right now, daily bull flag, big lower wicks, some upper wicks, no substantial bear volume, slight decreasing today, makes me full bull confidence. And I'll go into a little bit more detail as to why I am looking at full bull confidence. I am swinging, personally I'm swinging full sizing. Full sizing plus a little bit more. I'm swinging full sizing right now. My account probably at like less than 5% cash right now. I am looking very bullish. And reason for that, let's take a look. All right, so the chart is a bit messy because of the last two pullbacks. I wanted to do a deeper dive as to what exactly is happening in the market. So first, daily, we do have ever so slightly bear divergence, but we are holding, okay? On the 4 hours, look at this, RSI cooling off. We hit that 75 mark. And now RSI is cooling off really nicely on some sideways action after hitting this 1-to-1 extension target that we were expecting. Amazing. Then let's go into even closer time frame. So as we saw in the market today and was it yesterday? Wednesday? Yesterday, there were two big pullbacks, sudden pullbacks. But yesterday, as mentioned, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, if you zoom into the 5-minute, you will see that big bull volume came in right at the dip buying. Okay, and similar idea today. There wasn't as big of a bull volume that came in, but we did hold that key trend line. This two touches now, two big lower wick bounces. Yesterday, not exactly a straight V-shaped recovery because we did not go back to hit that all-time high, the 1-to-1 extension target of let's see, all-time high 3934.7. But we went from there slowly upwards. Today, another pullback, and again we held that trend line. Today was a V-shaped recovery, and during the day, as we zoom into even closer time frame, I messaged our trading chat group that the next zone we're looking at, and that at that time I didn't have this trend line drawn. I only just realized after the market closed. At that time I was looking at this key resistance, previous support, 3917.7 to 3919.3. From back here we can see multiple rejections, broke over, shot right back down after touching that 1-to-1. Then we broke over, fake out, breakout, fake out, but essentially rejected. So that was a smaller time frame wise key support resistance that I was looking at. And we saw as the market came to a close, we ran into the end of the day, rejecting 10 cents off of that. Then from there, slight pullback, holding that 15-minute 8 so far right now. And this is you can draw this differently because of how far this wedge is dragging out now. You could potentially consider drawing these into trend lines now, because we can see there is still significant reactions on both of these upper trend line and the lower trend line of the long time wedge. We can see back here, there's been support off right here. No rejections back here, rejection here, rejection again here, and rejection again here. Then again, rejection right before the market closed. As for the lower trend line, similar idea. Seeing a support on there right now. Nothing back here. Support back here. So both trend lines are still crucial, but more so on the shorter time frame. So keep that in mind. Both trend lines are still useful, and that's why I'm keeping them. I'm choosing to keep them on the chart. Right now, we are starting to slowly see a bounce in the aftermarket. So as I mentioned in our trading chat today, that, let's see, one sec here. Let me find the message. All right, here are the reasons why. Might as well just show you guys here. Here are the reasons why. Oh, you guys can see it. There. Here's the reasons why I'm thinking full bull. Break above previous all-time high 3934.7 is near as we approach the apex of previous wedge, which is right here. That'll be tomorrow. That apex is tomorrow. Then second reason, now daily 8 has caught up and no significant bear volume plus multiple holds on the lower trend line. All those reasons are providing me with confirmation of new all-time highs that are coming, that should be coming really soon. And know where you are, know where your account's high or low is. Don't, just because I'm going all in full bulls does not mean that you should be following. Know where your account is. For me, myself, my account right now is in full out breakout mode. This is my account balance, what it's been doing. So since this back here was November Tesla trade, and then I went into capital preservation mode, so sort of went sideways, and now my account is in full out breakout mode. Meaning, the way I'm seeing it, its account balance has been up decently. I'm willing to accept those additional extra risk because ultimately we are still looking up at this confluence target 4090. That is a first target. From there, depending on when we reach it, depending on what time, when we get there, we can potentially be looking up in between these two targets, 4190, which is another $100 higher, 100 price points higher, followed by 4264. But this is where I'm eyeing 4090. Multiple confluences. I just realized there's another one back here too. Let me take a quick look where this one is drawn from. Yeah, even if you were to run a fib extension target from the pandemic low to the first run up where that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ended to the ABC, the C pullback, that on that fib extension, the 1 to 1.618 also lines up at 4090 or around that zone, 40 bucks off, 40.49. But that will be my target. 4090 remains the target. Very bullish on the market, and let's see that follow through. I want to see it tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow going into Monday. This daily 8 is catching up. These lower wicks are forming an amazing bull flag. All right. From there, let's take a look at NAS. Similar idea. Bull flag. Touch the daily 8. Touch the trend line. This is shorter time trend line. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, shorter time frame trend line. Clear support, clear rejection, clear support again. So yeah, we touched that trend line on the pullback, touched the 88, and now the chart is ready to go. I'm ready to go. Next is Dow, similar idea. Did not touch the 88, so Dow is stronger, looking stronger than NAS, same as SPX. Exact rejection, off by $2, but based on the chart is exact rejection. The only concern that there may be, and remember, never lose sight of the bears. Do not get too focused in one direction. Know which point is your breaking point for your thesis. So for me, what I'm looking at, as long as this trend line holds, I'm full bull. This key trend line that's been since the forming of the wedge, we can see bounce, 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 broke under, resistance, resistance, finally over. Now it's support again. As long as that trend line holds, I am full bull. Next one, let's look at gold. Still in that channel, nothing exciting. Volume's not exciting. Next, silver. Rejecting from the upper trend line. A little bit bearish, no volume. Next, US dollars. Confirming. Okay, a little bit, very tiny red flag with the chopstick bottoms. So let's see. We are under support. We are... No. There's nothing significant there. I don't see a reason why we're bouncing from here. So I would anticipate further downside from here. As of now, it is chopstick bottoms. Just be aware of what's happening. The other thing I wanted to look at, VIX. Okay, it's confirming our theory on VIX so far. We are breaking under that 2140 key support. Rejection from the 88. Looking at further downside. Everything is telling me market is a go. Next, let's get into hottest tickers. So that's it for the market. First one, BTC, Bitcoin. How are we doing? Bull, full bull. Nice. This is a, remember, there's people saying that Bitcoin is potentially a leading indicator for the market and on the shorter term time frame too. And seeing Bitcoin action right now gives me even further bull confidence that we should be looking up. Ultimately, Bitcoin first target is looking at 54,582. This bull flag confirmation is relatively early for a daily bull flag. We didn't even touch the 88, but with Elon purchasing 1.5 billion of Bitcoin, this has lots of upside potential. We can see that we broke the channel, back tested. Then today we sort of had a little pullback at the end of the day and did not close under the channel. And now we're bouncing again. Bitcoin looking bull. Next one, Tesla. Loving the setup. Loving the setup. There's so many good setups out there right now. I have personally reached my ticker limit. And that's after getting a new monitor that allows me to look at an additional 8 tickers. I've reached the new limit of tickers that I set for myself to have positions in. Just because there's how many golden setups there are out there. So Tesla, we formed that lower trend line on yesterday. And today we can see clear hold of it. Decreasing bear volume, a very clear decreasing here. Slight pop of bull volume starting to come in. Let's look at the shorter time frame just in case. 7:30. Yep. Pop of bull volume. And we can see now bull volume starting to outweigh bear volume. From here, giving me confidence, added to the position today. I want to see 1, 2. There is a potential of another rejection because we're missing that third touch on the bottom on the lower trend line. But given how I'm looking bullish on the market as an overall, we'll be looking for that break on this next move up, back up to this upper trend line. All right, next, Amazon. Wrong one. Amazon. This one is interesting because we've been on a decreasing, obviously a bear trend ever since that earnings and the Bezos news came out. And Bezos news, I can never pronounce his name. Bezos news came out. But today, what I was seeing today, it's I've now increased my position substantially on Amazon, and let me tell you why. So here's what I'm looking at now. Here's what I'm looking at. Already descending wedge. Okay, triple rejection on the upper trend line already. 1, 2. So depending on how you draw this, you could say, you know, because of the long lower wick, you could just, yeah, I would still call that a hold. At the end of the day, volume started to come in. So on this play, on the additions that I've added, we'll be keeping a very close eye on it because I want to see that follow through tomorrow. First thing tomorrow. I want to see that volume come in first thing tomorrow. And let me make a note of it actually. Yeah, so looking for a break of this wedge from here. Remember guys, remember, you see what's happening in NVIDIA? How is this setup not similar? Okay, we've been in the sideways action since July. And let's look at NVIDIA quickly. We'll go into details on NVIDIA. Sideways action since July. And no, okay, maybe a little bit later. Well, August 17th, sideways action. Okay, from here, we are seeing a breakout. And look at this breakout. First, we broke the wedge. That was the gold signal on volume. Second day, lack of follow through, but partially due to the market. It's okay, you know, low bear volume, no reason for exit. Third day, even higher bull volume. Fourth day, today, we are closing so close to that high of day. Not to mention we did close all-time high close. You know, this ticker, NVIDIA, take it as an example. This is what I'm looking at for Amazon. Sideways action since July. We'll be looking at bull action to come in. And due to how long it's been sideways, this is, once it starts moving, it will move. Just like what NVIDIA is doing right now. Okay, keep your eyes on Amazon. Do not let it off your chart. Next. NVIDIA. Maybe I should switch the orders around. NVIDIA is already breaking out. Amazon, not yet. Anyways, all-time high close. Nothing of worry. I actually added to my position today, but that's for a shorter term play. Tomorrow, looking at that gap up. There is a potential for, is this a gap? There's a very slight gap from today to yesterday. Wait, am I looking at the right numbers? 596. Oh no, there is no gap here. So looking at that similar play from today, a gap up from the close, potentially a wick down to fill the gap and then continue running. Or the other way around, gap up from the close, continue running before profit taking comes in. Because if we gap up and run first thing in the morning, we will be extended from the 88. And will not be in the overbought condition yet, but we will be quite far extended from the 88. Watch for that first 5 to 15 minute volume bull volume come in, that will give you a sign of what tomorrow is going to be like. Next, NIO. I've spent quite a bit of time on these first few tickers so far, so let's try to speed this up. NIO, lack of follow through so far, but there is no major red concern. Decreasing bear volume on near touch of the daily 8. Tomorrow we're gonna want to see a reversal, but tomorrow could very well come down just to wick the trend line one last time before we take off. No worries, no red flags on this ticker yet. We'll be looking for that continuation. The red flag would be loss of this. No, not even the. Yeah, loss and close under of the trend line, or an actual loss of this 0.382 at 57.53. Next, Zoom. Chart's looking amazing. A little bit of a stall. We are extended from a daily 8. No major concerns yet. We are looking at in that gap fill territory. However, this key resistance zone is shutting us down right now. So from here, what I'm looking at is sideways action. Have exited the February calls for now and looking for sideways to play out, but remaining in majority of the long plays. Minimum, again, still the same thing, 460 gap fill. Ultimately looking up at GP, which with the previous resistance right underneath of 486.83. All right, next one. That's it for the hottest tickers. Let's get into requested tickers. There's a couple ones that I wanted to bring up. First one, Mara. Congrats, John. Congrats, one of our newest members. John, you hit it. You nailed it. Nice work. Slight red flag, increasing bear volume, but it is no comparison to the previous days bull volume pop, and that has brought us up into that resistance zone. So makes sense. Previous resistance zone. This zone is gonna be key to break, because after this there is lack of resistance up for quite. Let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. Once we break this zone, you will be looking up at 55. Okay, so this 38 to 46 is key to break. Then there is about a $10 lack of resistance above that. This chart, bull volume, amazing. On the weekly, on the daily, bull volume, still amazing. Lack of sellers, no red flags, keep at it. We could potentially see a sideways, likely to see a sideways bull flag formation, a little bit extended from the daily 8. But long-term wise, still no concern. Next, YQ. Congrats, Bobby Bear. Bobby Bear. I think this is the first time I'm giving you a shout out for maybe a second time. But congrats, regardless. You called this. You've been watching this for a long time. And volume came in. Volume came in. We filled that gap. A little bit of wick from the top. And there is, sorry, thought I was getting a nosebleed for some reason. It's extremely cold where I live right now. It's like minus 38. Got a extreme cold warning lately. So weather's extra dry as well. Anyways, from here, let's see. The key resistance. Yeah, key resistance zone. We are right in that zone. But based on the volume that's just coming in right now, oh, this after hour line is making it hard. All right, based on the volume that's coming in right now, well, first you want to see that follow through tomorrow and break this resistance zone. That would give you bull confidence. Ideally, because of where the RSI is at, as well as the just breaking over the 88, ideally you want to see a break of both the resistance and the upper trend line all in one go tomorrow. Chart is looking strong. Next, marijuana. Whose favorite? Our old favorite. Marijuana. Amazing. Remember what I said? Look for that climax. Climax came. Doji candle. Gap down. Huge sell off. Now, I'm back in the core position. I'm so excited for marijuana for 2021. Oh my goodness. For the things that are about to come in the marijuana sector. And a couple other sectors, but goodness. Look at this. Gap down. Closed very slightly under that GP from this last move. Tomorrow, potentially a little bit further downside, but I want to see, anticipating any reaction at the trend line. If we break this trend line on volume, that is a red flag, and I will likely be exiting the core position. From here, what we're seeing is increasing, well, climax, but matching volume today. So that's a little bit of a red flag. Potentially looking at a shorter term play on this, but I want to see how it plays out. I do see, we can see here that there is lack of bear volume already. So that is giving me some confidence. I want to have my core back in. This, I'm backing in cheaper. Right. So there's no worries on this one. It's a long hold. It's going to be a long play. Marijuana, looking great. What a huge pullback. Remember, when you're looking at huge pullbacks, view them as buying opportunities. When you're looking at huge runs, don't FOMO. View them as selling opportunities. Right. Next. Wanted to take a look at this one. I'm going to skip TLRY and VFF today, but let's take a look at this one. MSOS. So exact same idea. Volume climax. Well, volume climax today. So this is a reversal sign. I'm going to be patient on this one. But if we were to look at it, since the IPO, the 88 has been a perfect guide. So from here, let's look for the ideal entry. This one, amazingly strong chart. If we were to come down to the GP, it would perfectly line up with the previous support or resistance support zone. Okay, maybe not perfectly lining up, but fairly close. You get the idea. Let's do a maybe somewhere along there. So most ideal entry 34, but judging by how strong marijuana sector is, all you could be looking at for the pullback would be this fib instead, which would mean tomorrow we'll have a minor lower wick if the chart is still strong to the 0.382 at 49.96, just below 50. Then from there we could very well see continuation. Judging by the volume, it is volume climax. Could be, I would anticipate a little bit further downside. All right, that's it for marijuana. Next one, snow. Bit of a disappointment on the snow, but low volume, low bear volume. On the daily, we lost at 88 for the first time. This bull flag is now starting to invalidate. Tomorrow, you're gonna want to see what happens tomorrow. It is starting to look a little bit more bearish, but what could happen is from here is a straight run up. So let's run the fib, see where we might pull back to. So even if we were to pull back to just under the GP to do a gap fill and wick from there, overall chart is still bullish. So don't let it off your sight. This provides opportunity for entries. This pullback, we bounced from the 0.5 today. Tomorrow we want to see a curl up. This could be a fake out breakdown based on the volume. Okay. Next, DKNG. Stronger bear than anticipated. We lost at 88. We lost the key support zone. From here, where are we looking? Let's take a look at the last run up. Is there any significant red flags? The bear volume is not convincing enough for me. We are holding that 0.382 so far. And slight increase on bear volume today. If we were to pull back to GP, that would line up with the previous wedge upper trend line. Would be most ideal entry right here in between that GP 55 to 50 or 54.94 to 55.42. All right, so chart's looking a little bit bearish, but viewing it as buying opportunity. Next, PTON. And thank you for DHA for calling this out. Amazing setup, very similar to FSR. Holding that support right around that 0.382. Been holding it for a long time. Short-term wedge, and we can see triple rejection already, and there's been more than triple touches already. So from here, decreasing bear volume, we'll be looking at a reversal into next leg up. This has been a decent sideways action for, or a sideways action for a decent amount of time already since December 21st. So this move, not anticipating it to be as big as NVIDIA and Amazon NVIDIA that's happening and Amazon that's to come, but there will be some decent bull volume, decent bull action, price action as we reverse. Watch for the volume on the next leg up, anticipating break of new all-time high at 171.09. Next, AAPL. Wanted to cover this today because we are breaking bear on slight increase of bear volume. The volume is still not convincing, but we did break under that 88 as well as both trend lines. So from here, I am looking at a minimum of back test of the support zone at the high of 1642. Then from there, potentially a reversal. But yeah, chart's looking a little bit bearish. We could very well come down to this bottom of the zone again. It remains a long play, so won't be looking at it every day. I actually have the daily chart pulled up on this instead of a 30 or hourly or 15. All right, next one is SLV. Similar idea. We are holding that 88, but decreasing bear volume. So chart is still looking okay. I like this setup. Do understand that we could very well come down to back test this trend line. Then from there, get closer to the apex before the break. All right, next is SNDL. Whoa, woo, congrats. We traded this from 120s. We didn't nail the bottom, that's for sure. The bottom was actually easy to nail, 1.1. Even if you got in at 1.11, there were 2 days that gave you opportunity. So 1.2, sold at 2.4, 2.5-ish, 100%. Today, 3.9, could have been a 200% trade, eh? But look at this bear volume. Marijuana sector, all pulling back at once. But chart began to look strong towards the end of the day. We can see lots of lower wicks, lack of bear volume after decent bull volume. So from here, wait for it. I'd rather be late on this one. Most ideal entry has already presented itself. GP has been hit, and we are seeing support from there. The 2.11 to 2.2. That would have been an ideal entry already. From here, we might see some sideways action before next leg up. All right, next is NFLX. Now, personally, I won't be playing this, but this is a golden setup. Look at this trend line support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8. And now we are seeing a support where the trend line is lining up with the 88. This is an amazing setup. There is major support here, easy stop out play. Even if you buy it right now after hours, 557.18, you put your stop right underneath. I would put it under yesterday's low, 553.46, so probably somewhere around 552 instead. Easy stop play. From here, we want to see a reversal, low bear volume, increasing bull volume, and we want to see a reversal into bull volume tomorrow. Chart looking to like a great setup into continuation. Next, QS. Starting to see a little bit of life into this ticker. However, did not want to. This was not the plan to play it into earnings. So we'll likely make a decision tomorrow on some of the options play, but yeah, just realized earnings coming up. So from here, we are seeing a little bit of life into it on the hourly. One thing interesting that Wing pointed out was Where was it? This is 12:30. I know that. So there was a pop 12:30 Tuesday, pop in bull volume. Okay, shut down. Then where did it go? 1:30. There were two pops. One. Am I missing it? 12:30. No, so not today. Okay, I can't find it, but there were 2 days in a row that had a bull volume pop at the same time, 12:30. And from here, we can see that the trend is starting to reverse into bull's favor with bull volume coming in. So, liking the setup, but now with the earnings coming up on Saturday, we'll likely be exiting some positions and wait for what's going on. I think that's what the majority of the people playing QS is waiting for too, to see what exactly earnings brings before they make a decision on which direction they want to go. Just gonna make a note of QS. All right, and just want to take a look at previous earnings. Oh, there's only been one so far, which there's no report on. All right, so it makes sense why we're stalling here then. This first actual reported earning, and investors aren't sure where this company is or is going, so I can see why we're stalling here. So keep in mind, there is lots of upside, but if earning ruins it, there is also a lot of downside. We can go straight from 40 to 10, 11. There is a trend line underneath here, but that is a possibility. If earning is great, we could go straight from 40 to 90. Lots of both sides potential. Know your risk tolerance, know your sizing. Next one. Yeah, Apple. Love the setup. Another golden setup. Look at this. Trend line hold. Bounce, 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 bounce. This is the 5th bounce. From here, I will be looking at further price action upwards into new all-time highs, surpassing this 145.09 previous all-time high. We are seeing a decreasing bear volume. From here, I want to see a pop, something like, maybe not that high, but higher than these bear volumes. Bears unable to push it past this trend line. Chart is looking like a nice setup for continuation. Next, BNGO continues to be in a bull flag formation. Still not losing that 88. Chart is looking great. 88 is your guide. Loving what's happening on the volume too. Overall, bullish for now. Gotta see that bull flag confirmation. And this is a bull flag confirmation. Space, bull flag. Remember yesterday I said, looking to buy in space. Easy stop, 88. Today, huge follow through into new all-time high close. New all-time high close. Congrats, space bulls. For those of you that watched the video yesterday, I hope you bought space. However, now there is a concern on the trend line rejection or potential trend line rejection coming up. Watch for a reaction here. We can see previous support, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 supports, broke bear. Would anticipate any reaction upon the touch of this trend line, which could be drawn differently now. See? Because you remember, you always want to use the most recent potential touch of the trend line, and then we can see that's why we are seeing a rejection right now. Already seeing a rejection from the trend line. From here, already a little bit extended. Daily is not. 4 hours okay. So overall, still looking bullish on space. All right. That's it for the tickers. And last but not least, gonna go over 4 Canadian tickers. Just the things that we've been playing bullish in long-term wise. First one, AC. let's leave the most exciting ones for last. All right, first one, AC. Still rejecting from that upper trend line of the wedge. So from here, earnings tomorrow. Similar idea with QS. Looks like the chart wants to wait to see what the earnings look like. Anticipation is still a negative earnings, but just depending on what it is comparing to analyst expectations and market expectation. Ultimately, still looking bullish. 1, 2, 3. 3 touches upwards, 3 touches downwards. From here, I want to see that break. All right, overall, still looking bullish on AC. However, remember, it is a long-term play for myself. So not going to be worried about the shorter timelines, shorter time frames. All right, Suncor, similar idea. Bounce, 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 bounce. Broke under, over, bounce again, and now we are seeing, so key trend line to hold with a potential of a new trend line now. Yeah, triple support. If we're to lose this upper trend line, we'll be looking at this lower trend line. Kind of a chop. Yeah, very choppy sideways action. But long-term wise, still looking bullish on Suncor. Next, let's get into the exciting stuff. Score. I hope you guys watched the video yesterday. My goodness, today's action has been amazing. There's lots of buying opportunities today in both marijuana sector and Score gambling sector, as well as the next one. So from here, we can see today, huge pullback, but we all know that what's happening on the 17th, the voting's coming in, and this is right around that area that I was looking at for a bounce from. So got my add in. Yeah, got my add in right around, what was it? 4.3 something. 4.3 something, and oh, I'm on the wrong time frame. Wondering why there's two. Yeah, 4.3 something. Then from there we can see a clear hold of the daily 8, and we even held. I just noticed this. We held that 4-hour 8. This chart is looking very bullish. I love the setup. The volume with this kind of bear volume, unable to push it down. Bull volume now starting to come in. We can see a slight increase on bull volume. This chart looks amazing. And again, this is a long play as well, so I'm not going to be looking at it too much. Next, last but not least, NUMI. Congrats, NUMI bulls. Congrats. All right, what a perfect rejection. 1.95 short-term temporary resistance came up straight up to 1.95, then rejected. But big bull volume on the day, on the 4-hour, on the hourly, is telling me further price actions to come. So add it to the position. This is looking very bullish. Already forming an hourly bull flag from here. Should see follow through relatively soon. All right, that's it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoy the content. Thank you for watching the video. And if you are looking to get out of debt or build that first pot of gold, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button in order to get updates on our new videos daily. Also, check out our website. We have currently still have about 10 free trials to offer. Give it a try. Come check out our trading community. Our website is located at totalcontroltraders.com. I hope you guys stay safe and be in control. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys in the next video.